hanging out with Diddy. Then he marries Demi Moore, who drained him of all the adrenochrome she can, and apparently he replenished himself by doing inappropriate things with her daughters.
Demi Moore's name has popped up in the middle of a scandal that could bring down some of the biggest stars we know. We're talking hidden footage, secret parties with underage guests, and allegations linking her to Diddy's notorious gatherings. If even half of this is true, it could completely flip our view of Hollywood's elite. So stay with me, because this story is packed with twists that are downright chilling. Lawyer Tony Busby has been dropping bombshells left and right about Diddy's parties, and the list of Hollywood stars he claims were involved just keeps growing. One of the names that people are bringing up? Demi Moore. According to Busby, there's footage out there that could link some of the biggest celebrities to Diddy's wild underground gatherings, and it's not pretty. We're not talking just about star-studded hangouts. These parties allegedly had it all: secret cameras, illegal activities, and underage guests.
I expect that through this process, many powerful people will be exposed. Many dirty secrets will be revealed. We know what we are potentially up against.
Now, Demi's never been a stranger to controversy, but this latest connection, it's got people looking back at her past like never before. And if this footage really exists, it could reveal a side of Hollywood's elite that's been hidden for years. Let's rewind a bit. Demi Moore and Diddy didn't exactly seem like the type who'd hang out back in the day, right? I mean, she was ruling Hollywood with movies like Ghost, while he was dominating the hip-hop world. But if you dig a little deeper, you'll find these two actually cross paths more than you'd think, meeting at exclusive Hollywood events, making public appearances, and sparking curiosity about their friendship. People saw them together at parties, award shows, and suddenly, the unexpected duo didn't seem so strange. But here's the kicker. Now that these allegations are coming to light, people are questioning if Demi's connection to Diddy went beyond just friendly hangouts. With new accusations and Busby's claims, fans are wondering if this friendship was hiding a much darker story. To add to her Moore's controversial ties to Diddy, in a revealing Good Morning America interview, she spoke openly about a traumatic mistreatment she endured at 15. According to Demi, a man she found in her home claimed her mother had accepted $500 to give him access. Describing it in her memoir, Inside Out, as a devastating betrayal, Demi shared how her mother's choices put her in harm's way, even taking her to bars as a teen to attract male attention. This experience left Demi with emotional scars and a feeling of betrayal that's hard to imagine. Now, with Demi's name surfacing in the scandal surrounding Diddy's controversial gatherings, many are questioning if the trauma she endured as a teen might have led her down this dark path. Some fans believe that Demi's painful experiences may have created patterns in her adult life, ones that pushed her into Diddy's circle, where similar issues of power and vulnerability allegedly played out. Now, here's where things get uncomfortable. Busby says there's footage of underage guests at these parties, and with Demi's name connected, people are starting to freak out. The idea that there's actual video evidence linking Hollywood A-listers to these wild parties? That's something no one expected. Demi has definitely had her fair share of controversies, but these new claims are on another level.
And within me, I was in a place that was thinking, wow, how did I get in here? Isn't this interesting? And then my very next thought was, oh, I wonder if I can get out.
If the tapes are real, it's not just about Hollywood stars hanging out at parties. It's about what might have been happening behind closed doors. Fans are starting to ask some serious questions about Demi's Hollywood image and what might have been kept hidden. People are also remembering a very unsettling clip from Demi's younger days. Back when she was just 19, there's footage of her kissing her 15-year-old co-star, Philip Tanzini, multiple times on the lips. And this wasn't just a friendly happy birthday peck either. Demi leaned in, and people are saying it seemed way too intense. Now, with these new allegations linking Demi to Diddy's parties, people are questioning if there's a pattern here. Is this resurfaced clip just a one-off awkward moment? Or could it be connected to her presence at these infamous parties? And that's not the only thing coming back to haunt her. Remember her relationship with Ashton Kutcher? Demi was 16 years older than Ashton, which raised eyebrows in the tabloids, but now it's adding fuel to the fire. With rumors about underage guests and her being part of Diddy's parties, people are questioning if Moore's history with younger men is more than just a preference.
Yeah. Like my addiction to Ashton, and that was probably almost more devastating.
Absolutely.
Because it took me seriously away emotionally.
This isn't just about a Hollywood age gap. It's making fans wonder if there was something deeper going on in her relationships and if her connection to Diddy's crowd had any influence. But here's where it gets even more interesting. When Demi first started dating Ashton, he and Diddy were practically inseparable. They were seen all over Hollywood, clubbing together, and Diddy even called their friend group a rat pack, with Jamie Foxx often tagging along. But when Ashton got serious with Demi, Diddy hinted that Ashton's relationship was putting a damper on their wild nights. Some fans think Ashton's relationship with Demi brought her closer into Diddy's circle than we realized. Did Ashton unknowingly pull Demi into this whole mess? Let's fast forward. With Busby's claims coming out, Demi's connection to Diddy looks way more complicated. We're not just talking about a fun, casual friendship anymore. It's about whether she was really attending these controversial gatherings. If she was there, it's not just her Hollywood cool girl image that's on the line. It's raising questions about what she might have seen, or even participated in, at these parties. And now, Diddy's legal troubles are reaching a breaking point. He's facing charges that are way beyond the usual Hollywood scandal. We're talking accusations of illegal activities and underage guests at his infamous parties. And with a trial date set, if Diddy's found guilty, he could be facing life behind bars. But here's the thing, Demi's alleged involvement adds a whole new layer to this. If her name gets pulled into Diddy's case, this could be one of Hollywood's biggest scandals ever. Diddy's defense team is scrambling to protect him, but if the evidence is as strong as Busby says, it's not looking good. Busby's even hinted that more big names could be connected to this case. For Demi, if she's part of this inner circle, her career could be in serious jeopardy. This isn't just about Diddy anymore, it's about the Hollywood elite who were either willing participants or silent bystanders.
Addiction is in the history of my family.
We all know Demi's life hasn't been a walk in the park. She grew up around addiction and trauma, and she's been open about how she once saved her mom from an overdose. That kind of experience sticks with you, and fans are wondering if her own battles with addiction made her more vulnerable to the Hollywood crowd she found herself around. When Demi married Ashton Kutcher, her struggle with sobriety reached a breaking point. After 20 years of staying sober, she felt pressured to fit in with Ashton's younger lifestyle. She even admitted in her memoir that on a trip to Mexico, Ashton convinced her to break her sobriety. From there, things spiraled, leading her into some of the lowest points in her life. Demi's choices didn't just affect her, they impacted her family. Her daughters, Rumor, Scout, and Tallulah faced the fallout from her lifestyle. And now, if these allegations against Demi grow, her daughters may be forced to confront another dark chapter in their mother's life. This scandal isn't just putting her career on the line, it's putting her family through the ringer too. Back in the day, Demi was Hollywood's wild child. She was known for breaking the rules, partying, and living life on her own terms. But with these new allegations, her choices look a lot darker.
Do you know how fierce you are?
I just think, wow, that was a long time ago. I have to read.
During her marriage to Kutcher, Demi revealed that they had an open boundary relationship, even inviting third parties into their marriage. She later regretted it, saying it blurred the lines and led to serious trust issues. Fans are now wondering if this open boundary attitude extended to Diddy's scene. Was Demi drawn into something much darker, all while living her wild Hollywood life? Even Ashton has dropped hints about knowing more than he let on. In a Hot Ones interview, when asked about Diddy's parties, he nervously laughed, saying there was a lot he can't tell. So, what did Ashton see? And was Demi by his side at those parties? It's got people wondering if Ashton unknowingly exposed Demi to this whole underground scene.
Diddy party stories, they're our favorite genre of anecdote, if you have one, yeah.
Wow, okay, I've got a lot I can't tell. So, can't tell that one either.
Busby hints he has footage that could link celebs like Demi directly to these parties, and fans are waiting with bated breath to see if it's true. Demi's reputation as one of Hollywood's biggest stars could be on the line, and if this footage exists, it could be the most shocking scandal of her career. So, what do you think? Could Demi Moore really be involved in something this dark, or is she just a victim of Hollywood's rumor mill? Is this connection to Diddy's world just an unfortunate misunderstanding, or could it change her legacy forever? Let me know what you think in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for updates, because this story is far from over, and you don't want to miss what comes next. And if you want more on these hidden Hollywood secrets, check out our next video right here. It dives deep into another A-lister's shocking involvement in Diddy's scandalous parties. Click to watch, and I'll see you there.
Diddy party stories, they're our favorite genre of anecdote, if you have one, yeah.
Wow, okay, I've got a lot I can't tell. So, I can't tell that one either.
First of all, surprised? Haven't heard from him? I'm not entirely surprised. I think there's a whole slew of people that P. Diddy had interactions with or worked with over the years that are hesitant to come forward. I think there's lots of reasons for that. I think one of the main reasons is, what will this sort of association do for my public image? A lot of celebrities, I think, really rely heavily on their public image.
Ashton Kutcher has been hiding something shocking for years, and the truth is finally starting to come out. In case y'all didn't know, he's been close friends with Diddy, who recently got arrested for trafficking. And since the arrest, there have been speculations about Ashton's using his anti-trafficking organization to traffic victims for Diddy. And get this, his wife Mila Kunis knew everything. With explosive allegations piling up and new revelations from witnesses, it's becoming clear Ashton isn't as innocent as he wants everyone to believe.
Going back to Ashton Kutcher, is there a possibility he's already spoken with the government and we just don't know?
There's a possibility. We don't know the extent of how much prosecutors have been working behind the scenes. Again, I think this is something they've been working on really throughout the majority of this year, ever since Cassie's lawsuit came out in November of last year. So it's possible. It's possible they've spoken to him behind the scenes. And
Ashton Kutcher's dangerously quiet Diddy's arrest and upcoming trial have managed to cause a stir on social media, with almost everyone chipping in to give their take. However, in the midst of the chaos, one person's silence is awfully deafening, and that's Ashton Kutcher. See, Ashton and Diddy were good pals. These two first crossed paths back in the early 2000s when the actor was working on the MTV series Punk'd. He planned to bring Diddy on as the center of one of his pranks while he was working on finding the next hit pop group on Making the Band. But Diddy didn't exactly dig the idea, so he rang up Ashton and told him to drop it, which he did. Fortunately, that interaction allowed the two to become friends.
I gave him a call one day and I said, I heard that you are going to punk me, and I just don't think that's a good idea. I
don't think that's the way you said it. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, well, then you tell the story.
I'm pretty sure that's not the way you said it. Okay. I don't think that's a good idea. Is that what you said?
Fast forward a couple of years, and these two were partying together, running and shopping. More importantly, it seemed like Diddy appreciated Ashton. When the actor was named one of the 100 most influential people in the world by Time magazine, Diddy said, "Kutcher is a sounding board for me. Like me, he's a mogul, a new media mogul. But we are yin and yang. I am in your face. But he is understated, cool, suave." He also said, "For a while with Jamie Foxx, we were a rat pack, hanging out, going to clubs." And so, considering their long history together, the fact that Ashton has said nothing about his friend's arrest is raising all kinds of eyebrows. According to some legal experts, it's a smart move on Ashton's part and other celebrities in the same shoes as him.
First of all, surprised? Haven't heard from him?
I'm not entirely surprised. I think there's a whole slew of people that P. Diddy had interactions with or worked with over the years that are hesitant to come forward. I think there's lots of reasons for that. I think one of the main reasons is, what will this sort of association do for my public image? A lot of celebrities, I think, really rely heavily on their public image. And with that comes, financial ramifications, possible loss of opportunities, brands that might not want to work with you if they come forward and, possibly defend him or maybe try to, explain some of his actions. So I think there's that. But then I also think there's probably a hesitancy for a lot of people to be called, even as witnesses, even if they didn't partake in any of these activities, to provide information. I think a lot of people are hesitant to come forward with that because that comes with a lot of other forms of exposure and, responsibility.
However, the real question here is, did Ashton know? Well, it seems like it. An old interview of the actor where he was asked about Diddy's parties has been making rounds on the internet recently. Back in 2019, Sean Evans sat down for an interview with Ashton on the Hot Ones and tried to get some information out of him concerning Diddy's infamous exclusive events. However, Ashton proved to be a closed book. In fact, he changed the topic of the conversation.
Diddy party stories, they're our favorite genre of anecdote. If you have one, yeah.
Wow. Okay, I've got a lot I can't tell. So, I can't tell that one either. I'm like actually cycling through them. There was one moment, so it's not really a party story, but our relationship was really bizarre. So it started over Punk'd, because he was like, "Yo,
don't punk me.
You can't punk me." And I was like, "I don't know what to tell you. Everybody's on the table." He's like, "Not me, I'm off the table." And so that started our conversation. We became fast friends, and we used to just hang out, watch football together.
The resurfaced clip has fans asking all kinds of questions like, was Ashton playing coy about the skeletons in Diddy's closet? Well, most people think so. One person wrote, Kutcher smirkingly saying he has a lot he can't tell speaks volumes. What's more, some people are calling on the authorities to look into the actor's anti-trafficking organization. Because how can he claim to help people when he's best friends with someone accused of the same heinous crime? One person wrote, maybe it's time we look into Ashton Kutcher's human trafficking and child trafficking work, considering he's best buds with people like Diddy and Danny Masterson. That said, the rumors about Ashton being involved in Diddy's mess are not exactly baseless. The indictment mentioned Diddy enlisting the help of his accomplices. According to the documents, Combs and other members and associates of the Combs enterprise wielded the power and prestige of Combs' role at the Combs business to intimidate, threaten, and lure female victims into Combs' orbit, often under the pretense of a romantic relationship. Combs then used force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended S-acts with male S-workers that Combs referred to as, among other things, freak-offs. And in arranging these freak-offs, Combs, with the assistance of members and associates of the Combs enterprise, transported and caused to be transported commercial S-workers across state lines and internationally. And so the fact that Ashton helped organize one of Diddy's white parties at the Beverly Hills back